Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Morning Hustle. Is a man about town, a dude who's been doing it for a long time, and you can catch him in a city near you right now. One time for the one, the only. I'm rich, bitch. Donnell Rawlings. What up, G?
What's up, son? I want to start by saying thank you for coming to my show in San Diego. And there's a member of your team that don't come to my shows because they out there always taking selfies every 5 seconds. We get it. We get it. Baby got back. We get it. I'm good for 3 or 4 selfies from this said individual at least twice a day. And how the hell is she working and always on some some island or something somewhere?
Listen, I'm always working. You know, I'm trying to get on your level, so I got to make sure that I'm always working. But, you know, I'm one of the original Donnell Rawlings fans, and I done been to so many shows that I probably know your jokes regardless if you switch them or not.
Did you remind him? Did you remind him how disrespectful you are when you don't get gifts that I give everybody else?
Yeah.
Did you remind him of that?
I get really disgusting when it comes to you, though. But I do want to go to a show, so I'm hoping you're able to hook me up because you got a show this weekend, right?
This week, no, the 21st. I'm doing it's the Baltimore the weekend of the 24th. I'll be at the Baltimore Baltimore Factory Outlet. That's the 24th through the 26th. This weekend I'm gonna be with Dave Chappelle in Cleveland for All-Star Weekend. But the Baltimore weekend is going to be a big weekend because I haven't been in that club in like 3 years.
So that means that you got us for Cleveland and you got us for Baltimore.
No. I got you for Baltimore. Look, I got you for All-Star Weekend. You ain't taking none of my friends, son. I'm good, son.
Yeah.
I don't invite no women out to tall people events. Never, son.
That's messed up.
Now, was there something that happened that made you decide that this isn't the play anymore, or what?
Yeah, no, I'll tell you what happened. Well, I don't want to do that because I grew up super short, and every time I try to talk to a chick, it's always them 6'7" cornballs that be snatching up all the chicks, and I'm not going to do that to myself. That's why.
You're going to lose a lot of fans this weekend because I think you got a lot of tall cornballs that's going to your show.
Whatever, but guess what? We're on an even playing field when I'm on that stage. That's one thing. I like when them ballers be at the show sitting down. That's when they like 5'8", and I just light into them.
And also, too, on the upside, like, tall people don't live as long as short people. Like, everybody that's like 5'11" and under.
That's not true.
They do all right.
And the funny thing, only short people know these statistics and these fun facts. What you put in the search engine, Napoleon complex, and then they give you all of these fun facts.
How long do tall people live? Because like most tall people I see who are over 50, they look like they're in pain.
But the worst is when you hit 6'9" and 6'11", and you ain't playing in the league your whole life. You got to answer that question. I don't play ball.
Yeah, that got to be annoying as hell.
Not a scientist. Yep. Yo, man.
But I'm excited because the Baltimore gig, I started my comedy career in that area. In fact, from D.C., that was one of the first gigs we considered to be out of town, going from D.C. to Baltimore. This company in itself has been around for like 30 years. It used to be a downtown location. Now they took over, reintroduced the brand, but some of the top comics in the country come in. It's always a packed house. So Factory Outlet, I'm excited about coming up there. I got new material. The special is about to drop soon, and I'm going to give them heat.
And it's really big because all your white fans get to say the word nigga.
Listen, you ain't know they don't. Yo, I'm not. I don't even. I'm so tired of being woke. I went to sleep the other day. I'm woke out, man. I am woke out. You can't say this word. You can. That's one thing you're not gonna get in my show. You ain't gonna get nothing edited. It's gonna be from the hip. It's gonna be raw. And when I say raw, I don't mean all sexual content, but just Donnell and the way he speaks. But I'm so done with being woke, man. I'm like, this is what I told my white fans. I encourage you to use the N-word at least once in your life.
Donnell, you are out of control.
You're going to get people jumped on.
Let me finish. See, you jumped the gun. I encourage any white people to listen to this to use N-word once in your life so you can know what the consequences of using the word are. Boom. And that's it.
You told Joe Rogan that he ain't stopped saying the word yet.
Yeah, I mean that's so I can't even, it's so interesting because the way things are now, like a lot of my friends have been coming under fire and people trying to cancel them. Joe
Right.
Rogan being one of them, Dave Chappelle being one of them. And it's a good question. Where do you draw the line? Because the relationship I have with people is different from what somebody else have with them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Rogan to be a racist.
Mhm.
I don't know him to be that. I don't know Dave Chappelle to be transphobic.
Right.
I know these people as my friends, and the way I judge a character is the relationship I have with them. And like I posted something on my Instagram the other day, like, "Oh, you support him? You just a sellout shot." But when do you draw the line, or how much support can you have for a friend? And then if I make the argument, did Joe Rogan use the word or say the word? But nah, you should never. That's why that's one of those things that there'll be a continuation conversation. They'll never have an end to it, you know. But again, what I know of those two people in particular, I don't get any of what the media are trying to make them to be.
Right.
Now, Donnell, how thick does your skin have to be to not only do what you do on stage, but to also have to defend other people who are in your field, you know, for various reasons?
But you know what? It comes down to, like, I don't, like, you can use that word, defend. And, like, in the cases with both of them, well, with Dave, I defend that for sure because I know. With Rogan, I'm not defending that. I'm just explaining this is the person that I know. I don't know him to be a racist person. I do know that a lot of his fans and followers are, but I don't know him to be that, and that's only from my experiences of being around with him. That's only through my experience of knowing how many black podcasters and comedians that he's put on, the relationship he has with black people. That's my experience. I'm not defending it, but I'm saying this is the Rogan I know, and it may not be the one that you're trying to put out there. And another thing too, in society, what we won't do now, we won't let people evolve. We want to hold people accountable for things that may have happened 20 years ago. Guess what? That when Rogan said those words, or the situation he's in now, it might have been a chin check to say, okay, I was getting too comfortable. I was using these words. I thought that was in context. But I realize now that no matter how I use it, it's going to be wrong and it's going to hurt people. Can I move on? I'm sick of people like, okay, 35 years ago, he said this. Now, you know what has to go through your life, how you have to evolve, how you have to mature 30 years from now. So that's the issue I have. We won't allow each other. People do make mistakes. And what do they say growing up? You learn from your mistakes. So can a person learn from mistakes? And it probably was getting away with using it in a lackadaisical way because nobody ever said anything.
Right.
No group of people ever got pissed at it.
Right.
And most of these people that are pissed about it now probably have never clicked on a Joe Rogan podcast or even knew who he was from that world.
True.
So can this be a learning, teachable moment? Do we always have to just throw people away because of the mistakes they make?
Sometimes I like to throw people away, but
and I'm saying in some cases that's just, but that should not be the rule for everything and everybody.
So where do you feel like we draw the line? Because you look at situations, they just had the documentary about Cosby, and for a lot of people, he was America's dad until you found out like some other things, right? And then even when you look at R. Kelly, and these are things that, people kind of been whispering about for a long time. I don't agree with canceling people to the point where we erase the history, like their contributions never existed. Like, don't pull the Cosby Show off the air. Don't, not play I Believe I Can Fly at a graduation.
I'm not, for some reason, the examples you use are all black people. And I'm not trying to pull a race card, but it just seems like in our community, when we do wrong, people are overly super critical with no forgiveness. So I'll let the people deal with that the way it is. I'm never getting rid of my 12 play album. That was the best. Yo, my back was in full effect back then, son. My stroke was fire back then.
That's what your problem is now, Donnell.
Yo, whatever. Don't even try it. Don't put the rumors out there. I still got a good run on a Valentine's Day or holiday. I got holiday fees.
Did you have a good run on Valentine's Day now? Because that just passed.
I got holiday pieces. I'll get you to tap out Christmas, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day. But on a regular Tuesday, I might rather go shopping.
Well, speaking of evolving, Donnell, you always have an amazing show. I never hear the same jokes twice. You always have me on the damn floor. How do you prepare for these shows and always have so much great material? Because I see some of these people out here struggling, child, and they still getting notoriety and all that. But then you have you who's just great at this. And like, how do you do it?
It's life. I tell people, you got to live your life. I'm always out, I socialize. You know what I'm saying? The more you into what's going on in the world, it's easier to find material. But some people just built different. I pride myself on, because a lot of these clubs you do once a year, and like I'll do a show. I have sellout shows, and then it'll be one person that I know was at the show before, and it'll trigger something like, oh, I can't go in this direction. But I always try to keep it fresh. And you do have comics that come out here and give the people the same shit for 4 or 5 years. I can't do that. I just not built like that. I always got to turn it over. And then the people that I tour with, away from doing my own stuff, when I rock with the Dave Chappelles, when I rock with Chris Rock, when I rock with Joe Rogan, these guys, I see them flipping their material, and it pushes me to want to do the same thing. And it's only a lazy person that can't take the time to come up with some new material. You owe it to your fans, especially if you want them to be following you, which people have doing for me for over 20 years.
Yeah, I always make it a point to catch you and Dave when you guys are in a 50-mile radius, and yeah, it's always new material. Now, when you think back in your earlier days of doing comedy, was there ever a show that went so bad that to this day you still have not returned back to that venue?
I do remember. I returned back, but I got hit. People always ask this question, have you ever bombed? I don't bomb that much. And people are like, oh, yeah, everybody bombs. I might have some shows that weren't as good as other shows, but straight up on some he wasn't funny that just don't exist. But I do remember one time, and this was I was at this little small spot in D.C., Mr. Henry's, and it was a guy that was heckling me, right? It was a gay dude, right? And I did the easiest thing I could do. I said, yeah, go sit your gay ass down, right? Back then you could get away with that. And he came back with, I am more man than you'll ever be and more woman than you ever get. Don't let me take that mic. And look, you should have saw me. I didn't have nothing left after that, sir. Yo, and this was before Yaz. He didn't even throw a Yaz on it. This was just, it was just finger snaps. And the funny thing about it, it taught me a lesson on dealing with people. That's easy. And you could tell this was a guy that wasn't afraid of anything. He knew who he was. It wasn't like he was in the closet. It was like, this is what it is. And what? That's all you got? So I remember that incident. And then maybe like some 7 or 8 years later, I was in D.C., and this guy came up to me, right? He said, you remember me? I said, oh, yeah, I remember you. And he reminded me of that. But that was probably one of the most traumatic experiences I had. I've been lucky enough. People like me doing stand-up. People not critical. I don't really get a lot of hecklers. And I've been lucky enough to have a career in stand-up where after 25 years, I still feel like every year I get better. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm not talking about somebody that's like 5 years ago that was okay. I'm talking about every year it's been smoke. But every year I find something to tweak myself or something to make me a better performer or a better writer, and people can see the evolution of Donnell throughout my whole career.
They definitely got to come out and check you out. I done seen you perform from big stages to little holes in the wall in Brooklyn and tear it down the same exact way.
And look, I got to tell you a really quick story when you say that. I was playing in my son's it was his baby shower. We was having a baby shower, and there was a celebrity chef that was going to help me with it. That was a good friend of mine.
Oh yeah, because we know you need a chef, Donnell. You can't cook
Don't
for
even
shit.
try. You know what? Touch information. Let me talk. You had to say.
You made tacos on the grill. I knew that not to trust you. With the crunchy meat, the crumble meat.
Beef on a barbecue?
Shut her up. Thank you. So you made me forget. So there was this celebrity chef that was going to help me do my baby shower, and it was a friend of mine, right? And they said it was going to do it, blah 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 blah, and everything they wanted, I did. Everything that they needed help with this, blah blah blah. I planned, and then coming closer to the date, the person was just like, I started getting to talk to my assistant and all that. I don't have no problem. I know protocol. I know what makes people's life easier. And closer to the day, basically came down to that person pulled out. And the thing was, like, I guess they big time now. They told me, they said, I don't do open mics anymore, Donnell. Do you do open mics?
Ooh.
As to say something was beneath them. And I said, let me explain the open mics I do. I said, I just recently performed at Radio City Music Hall, called a standing ovation, 6,500 people, left that stage and drove to Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn to perform for 40 people.
That's
so if that
right.
answers your question, that's what it is. And that's what builds character. And that's why we've been in spots. We've been, like you say, I'm glad you mentioned that. You see me on bigger stages.
Yeah.
And you also see me in places where the blender's in the background.
Right.
And everything. And it's this, I have the same passion for both.
Yo, and it bleeds through not only on camera, but it also bleeds through in the crowd too, man. Yo, Donnell, in addition to the shows you got coming up, you got the Donnell Rawlings show on YouTube. If people want to tap in with that as well, where can they go?
The Donnell Rawlings Show, Google it. The Donnell Rawlings Show. It's on YouTube and all podcasting platforms. Also got a little run in a new series on HBO called The Winning Team. It's a sports documentary about the
Lakers.
era of Magic Johnson. You know that it's coming out March the 4th. And I'm going to be on a new season of BMF. It's a man.
That's where you was on. I was about to say you was just on something recently. I'm like, look at Donnell. It was BMF.
Yeah, it was. I played a free. Don't even tell the character, but I did the season finale last year, and I'm gonna be in y'all areas soon. I'm going to be we starting to shoot from February to June. So
Yeah, y'all filming
that should
down
be a nice
here. So
look.
link up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
I
what's
might-
your damn issue with Charlemagne? These memes.
Yo, I'm just saying, I don't. One booty joke is sketchy, but when you got booty rocking everywhere, I just can't take it, son. I can't take it. And when you enjoy the booty, no man should ever gift another nigga a booty. Period. A chocolate penis or none of that. And how do you? I would love to see what his search engine looked like.
You are
I
crazy.
know that joint is pouring hub everything, but I try to keep it fun. I've worked with him back in the day. I'm supportive of everything that they do over there, but sometimes you just got to chin check people, and I have a ball posted. If you ever see the hashtag Too Soon with Donnell Rawlings, I got a whole library of just making that dude look.
I
suspect
seen
as
it, Donnell.
We almost can
And I
feel
love
the
it.
joy in your eyes as you do it, because it seems
hell. No,
like
I
a great
get
passion.
sinister. I get that sinister laugh, that moo.
Well, yo, man,
It's
come
all good.
catch some of
Nobody
that
gets it.
infectious energy at the Donnell Rawlings show. Coming to a city near you. DMV, get ready. The location one more time, brother.
The Baltimore Comedy Outlet in Baltimore, Maryland. I will be there the 24th through the 26th, if I'm not mistaken. If my dates, I got so much stuff going on, but it's next weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and tickets are available at the Comedy Outlet.
Need my DC
Perfect.
fam to pull up, man. Go
Yes.
support the hustler right there. One time for the one, the only Donnell Rawlings.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all keep doing it, man. I've seen both of y'all. It's like, I know I've been doing it a while. When I see people's career evolve, I remember when Headcrack wasn't cocky. He wasn't using moisturizer. You know what I'm saying? He can acupuncture and all that. And I remember hanging out in the clubs with you where I don't even know if you thought this was going to be your future, but you laying into it the right way. You guys are doing a great job.
Yeah, you told
Thank
me
you,
you
my
was
brother.
going to teach me stand-up, so I'm still waiting.
I can do it if I can. I've been coaching T.I., so if I can work with T.I., I know
Oh,
I can.
shoot. Look
I
at
can get
that.
you on.
I need that work
Okay.
too, brother.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I believe. I know you got to wrap it up, but I believe I can help almost anybody do at least a 5-minute routine. Not to say it would be something that you wanted to pursue as a career, but it's just challenging to challenge your fears. And anybody who's ever thought about it, I would say at least go to my open mic and try at least one time.
I'm
You know
gonna have
what
to
I
do
mean?
it because here's what happened, Donnell. I was getting ready to do it before the pandemic. I had a nice little 7 to 8 minute set. It was going good, and then the pandemic happened, and then nothing was funny to me anymore. And I didn't believe in the material anymore, and I just stopped writing, you know?
Yeah, but here's the thing: when you first start, you can't really just connect with the material. It's the attitude, it's the fear, it's being able to be in front of someone, knowing that you're going to be responsible for making them laugh. It don't matter what's on that paper, bro. If you don't feel comfortable going to at least saying my name and why I'm here, you're never going to get to that paper because eventually that material is going to fail you. And if it doesn't fail you, then it has to fail you because that's when your real personality and the purpose of you being up there. And I hear you. In life, I always say you got two excuses, a good excuse and a bad excuse. I detect fear in your voice as you explaining this to me.
Yeah,
when all you got to do.
I'm afraid of failing in front of people. That's a real story.
I know what it is. And let me tell you something. That's the biggest thing that separates a heckler from someone that does it. That's the biggest thing. We all have a person that rips Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner, in the club with your boys, whatever. But it's something about the unknowing that is the scariest thing about
getting on
stand-up.
that damn stage and getting booed.
Yep, but everything. Even when I was talking to T.I., like he's been having a lot of success with it right now, and I was like, "This, you're not gonna really grow until some of this stuff fails you."
Damn,
You know,
right.
and Craig, I tell you, man, just it's nothing to go up on stage. You know, I hear people, "Yeah, man, I'm getting this material ready." You got 5 minutes.
You'll see
First,
me
you want to
soon.
be likable. Then have a conversation, but just jump up there. It's gonna come to you.
I
You
make
gotta
fun
tell
of
yourself up
Donnell all the time. I feel like I could do it.
And he's made it. So
Okay. Well, you feel like you're doing. That's what, as they say. That's what your mouth says. But what did that mouth do?
Well, yo, Donnell, love, bro. Thank you so much
All right.
for the wisdom as always, man. And yo, do your thing, man. And we appreciate you pulling up on us. And we'll see you in the A, bro.
All right. Thanks for your time. Y'all have a good day.
We
You too,
love
man.
ya.
Peace.
All right. Love you too. Bye.
We are the Morning Hustle.